Hi, I'm Leah Jacobs, a senior from Shirley, Indiana, and I'll be graduating with a degree in agricultural education. As I've been reminiscing on my college experience, I keep coming back to one phrase. If only freshman Leah knew. There were a lot of things I thought I knew going into college. I thought I knew how to perfect my story. I thought I knew my identity, and I thought I knew God. The first thing that I wish freshman Leah would have known is that God is writing a beautiful story. My desire to plan out every detail of my life became very clear over college. And if you know me, you know that I love my personalized planner and my massive collection of colorful flare pens. While these things are great, what's been the most beautiful is the areas that God has taken white out to what I've planned. In fact, if I would have followed my perfect plan, I would have never ended up at Campus House. I came into my freshman year of college a bit disappointed. I applied that year to serve as an Indiana FFA state officer, which would require me to take a gap year. I wasn't elected, came to campus a bit disappointed, and I found a church but wasn't really plugged in. God used that disappointment, though, to draw me closer and closer to His grace and His sufficiency. And after a lot of prayer and discussion, I decided that I wanted to run for state FFA office again. Fortunately, I was elected and His grace was infused all throughout that experience. But I think the coolest thing was what happened when I came back to campus. One of my FFA teammates invited me to join her at Campus House. I decided I'd join her thinking it was the nice thing to do. But the nice thing to do quickly transitioned to attending a line, and soon enough I found myself at worship nights, attending Jubilee and Women's Retreat, and getting involved in both community and discipleship groups. All of which pointed me to the reality of the gospel and helped to keep me hungry to learn more about the depth of God's love. I remember one of my very first conversations with Rick when he asked me, "Do you not trust when God says, 'Thy will be done'?" That question has continued to resonate with me and remind me that God is writing a beautiful story apart from what I plan or do. Which brings me to the second thing that I wish freshman Leah would have known. That her identity is in Christ and not what she achieves. I spent a lot of time recently thinking about what it means to be rooted in Christ. As a future ag teacher, I can tell you that the two main functions of the roots are to absorb water and anchor the plant. But I'll be honest, more often, I like to fixate on the flowers. The flowers are what people see, they're beautiful, and they're what attract the pollinator. But the cool thing is, God has already given us the flowers. Flowers such as peace, joy, patience, love, gentleness, kindness, self-control. Those have already been given to us by God. And during college, God's taught me the beauty in the rooting process. He's taken my dry, insecure, achievement-driven, self-focused soil and watered it with His living water, and even fertilized my life with good gifts I could have never planned or asked for. I'm learning the beauty in the ways He's rooting my life in His truth, His word, and His sufficient grace. I've realized that Satan so often tempts us with lies, and for me, a lot of those stemmed around not being enough or not doing enough. Today, I want to celebrate the rooting process. Rooting in plants doesn't happen overnight, and I'll admit there's still areas and times when I doubt my identity in Christ, feel anxious, or try to earn my way toward His salvation. But wow, thinking back, He has brought my roots so much deeper. I've learned the beauty in listening to His voice, gained confidence about sharing His goodness, and began to realize that He knows, He cares, and that I don't have to be afraid. Psalm 46 is often quoted and says, "Be still and know that I am God." I've realized I can't truly know God and God's goodness if I don't take the time to be still. Making time for God has far outweighed any of my earthly achievements. But in order to do that and do that well, I have to take time to remain still. Finally, I wish freshman Leah would have known that God is a relational God and that spending time with His goodness and in His goodness is the most beautiful thing. I grew up as a Christian, but it wasn't until college where my faith became my own. I would have claimed I knew who Jesus was, but in retrospect, he was more of someone I would occasionally check in with than someone who continually infiltrated every square inch of my life like he has now. I realize he delights in me spending time with him and will provide for every need. Louis Giglio summarizes what I've discovered pretty well when he said, "The perfect father is loving and good and in control. And he's going to make certain that you have everything you need, even if your need is to experience a time of want, so that you can draw closer to him." I'm thankful for the ways that he's continually peeling back the layers of his goodness. And during this weird season of wanting everything to just return to normal, that he's drawing me closer to him. I hope you know that he loves you, he cares for you, and he's providing for you as well. This wasn't exactly how I anticipated my senior year to end, but if things would have happened exactly as I anticipated, I never would have found Campus House or truly known God. I never would have felt his love through the staff members who have discipled me or learned what community truly looks like. To the current students, take advantage of your time at Campus House. I've had some cool experiences throughout college, but the most memorable and impactful have been those at Campus House. To the Campus House staff, thank you. I can't say enough about the ways you reflect the light and love of Jesus. I'll cherish deeply every life lesson, chat we had, and moment of growth we shared together. To anyone watching this, please know that God is writing a beautiful story in your life that is beyond what you can imagine, that your identity is in him, and that there's a relational God who knows you. I'm excited that this is just the beginning and that I can show the same love and care to my future students as an ag teacher, just like God has shown me that love and care through Campus House. A lot's still unknown, but I'm now equipped to go into the unknown with a known God who knows me. Thank you.